Hello, people of the internet. Of course, we have some work ahead of us today, but first let me address one thing. This channel somehow got 1000 subscribers, which is absolutely surreal and unexpected development, and I needed to thank you all because it's really insane. Thank you all very much. Uh, I I I usually not usually I write my yearly goals to a document. It started as a work thing and to track my work related goals, but I always put also some like personal or semi work, semi personal goals there, just to know how much or how little I progressed throughout the years. And one of the goals that I wrote for this year was recording 4 YouTube videos for this YouTube channel. This one, not like this YouTube channel, not the one you are currently looking at. And I think I said this like 3 times now, and I even confused myself. I hope you know what I mean. So I have this YouTube channel. It has 16 videos, and it has a lot of like it focuses on a very short, highly edited, educative content, right? So it has some demo videos about my like Emacs packages that I created. There is a whole series about using Copper CLI. If you take a look, all of those are 2-3 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, right? So it's very quick, highly edited, no nonsense videos, like straight to the meat. And the longest one here is how to add a package to the official Fedora repositories, which was a big success. And I've been told it is probably the best resource on that topic. So I was very proud of that video. Anyway, my goal was to record 4 new videos for this channel this year. I didn't succeed at all. However, I started the Frostix unscripted YouTube channel, and let me show what I wrote into the document. So, of course, I don't want to show the whole document, but this is the exact quote. So it said, "I started a series to improve my speaking skills." Yeah, I started a series to improve my speaking skills. An hour in the life of a Fedora developer. Too boring to watch, so I don't share it anywhere. I don't expect any views. The goal is to practice English, improve my presentation skills, and not mind looking stupid in public. I hope to see a comparison of episode 1 and 500. So, yeah, somehow I didn't share it, and somehow it got 1,000 subscribers and like a lot of views, at least for a lot of views. So I'm incredibly surprised by that and also like happy about that. So thank you all very much. By the way, my teammate pushed me a little bit to give a presentation about this in my work. It was a 10-minute presentation about how I started doing the YouTube videos. So there is some like origin information there, and like my goals and how much time is involved in it and so on. So I gave that talk in some like small work lightning talks session, and I have a recording. So if you want to see it as well, I can publish it. I don't know if anybody cares, so let me know. I can definitely publish it here on the channel as well. Yeah, okay, so thank you all. I will stop blabbering now and we will do some work, right? Okay, so for today we are going to work on the Fedora Review Service. If you remember, we wrote a script to run the Fedora Review Service for all the old issues that were like created and not updated since Fedora Review Service launched. So there was like 100 tickets that didn't have any review from the Fedora Review Service. So we wrote a script to run the review service on those. That worked surprisingly well, and it actually commented on all of those, except on 3 tickets that had some issues, and I needed to manually debug those, report those tickets, and also let the user know why there is no comment. So it was, I think, this one, and this one. And this I discovered in Sentry last week. So our goal for today's episode, and maybe the next one we will see, is to take a look at these, these, and optionally also this one. So I hope I reported them like correctly, otherwise we will not have all the information we need. Anyway, so let's start from the first one. I don't know. Handle copper builds that finish in skipped state. Okay, yeah, let's start from this one. This one will be, I think, the easiest. So we can reproduce the issue by running this command. It should try to download this package, and it should timeout. And when it timeouts, it trace backs like this. So we of course just need to handle that. We also have a mechanism in the Fedora Review Service that when it tries to download some link and it doesn't exist, then it comments in the Bugzilla that, hey, the link you provided is 404, so please make sure it works. And the users automatically fix those as they are told, so that's perfect. And we need to do the same here. Hey, your URL timeouts, please make sure it works. So we will base the feature or the bug fix on what we already have. That's always nice. Okay, we should probably try to work on that. Now, I'm thinking, how are we going to reproduce it? Are we going to reproduce it against the production instance that doesn't sound reasonable, right? Is this whole page timeouting? It seems to. So maybe. Maybe we can debug this on an actual staging instance and put a random package name here. All right, let's try this. So if we go to Fedora Review Service, there is tests, and we have a lot of well-written, I would say, unit tests here. That's because I don't know if I would call them unit tests, because I don't know if I would call them unit tests. We have a good written tests. I will show you the tests because we will work on those. You can decide for yourself whether they are unit tests or something else. I never knew what the right terminology for various tests should be. I just get to write them usefully and not know what they are called. Anyway, so tests. Sorry, blabbering today a lot. We have the tests. We have in the production Bugzilla there is a ticket which is marked as this is a standard Fedora Review ticket. It's just marked as tests only. And oops, I don't know what I pressed. Hopefully there wasn't anything secret. And we can write comments here, we tested some of those. Some of the script that I mentioned a few minutes ago, we tested it here as well. But I can write comments like this, and it will trigger the review service for me. So this is a long open ticket where I test the production instance. And we also have a staging Bugzilla and a ticket in that in the staging Bugzilla. So same situation here. I always comment and see if it was processed by the staging instance. Now, hopefully the Fedora messaging works, otherwise we are screwed and cannot do anything probably. So it is a long time since I actually worked on the review service, so I don't have it in my fresh memory. But we need to run the container locally first. So I have this. I have this tmax session for that. We have the Fedora Review Service here. We are on main. We can try to pull. Nothing new. Okay. Do we explain the Docker Compose situation? So we can run from. This is really cool, and I'm not sure if we should do this or run the Docker Compose situation. How does it look like? Review service, Docker Compose. So we have Docker Compose staging. It sets environment, config. That all looks very nice. Uncomment for manual debugging. Okay. I think we should uncomment this. And we should Docker Compose up the staging. I think I need to do Fedora Review Service staging like this. Started. Okay. So if we do Docker Compose PS and we do Docker exec it here, we are inside of that container. We have the mounted Git repository. And if we do PS, no command is running. That's nice. Now, How does my how does my token to Copper and token to Bugzilla work? Are they available? So I don't seem to have any config here. So I suppose it will not be able to comment anywhere. What do we set this config. So echo config. If we open this one, will it contain anything secret? It shouldn't have. Let's try. Okay, so we have Bugzilla config here, and we also have a Peggear API key. That's not relevant for us today. And we have a Copper config here, so everything should be in persistent private. I think this one will be expired already, so we will probably need to update those. If we it exists, cool, and Bugzilla config, yep, it exists as well, cool. So you will need to take a look at Emacs, and I will need to make sure they're up to date, because there is no other way to do this. So I'm opening the Copper, where is it? Here. The Copper config first. So it expired on 2025-09-27. So it is already expired. I need to go to the Copper website. I'm already logged in, which is nice. I'm going to API, I'm copying the key, and I'm closing the website and closing the file. Now, what about the staging? Bugzilla. It doesn't say anything about expiration, which is good. So we can assume it is up to date. Now, you can see this, that's fine. Now, this is our compose file. Do we have our Docker file? We have. So this is the command it would run normally, but we overwritten it and ran only bash. So now we need to, oops, sorry. Git. I have this note, how to run tools from Git, and we will probably need to run that exact one. I think it is documented here though, right? So we should be able to run this. Yeah. I didn't need to go to the Emacs setup, Emacs node. Anyway, we have this. So we specify Python path at the current location, run Fedora messaging with conf. Our conf should probably be conf, right? Or config, I think. Echo config, yeah, config. So, yeah, I guess. Let's run it. Invalid value, where? So it said, I'm sorry. This is incorrect config. So this config is just the Fedora messaging config. So do we have config? Yep, we have, and in it we have this one, Fedora staging toml. So this is a Fedora messaging config, not the Fedora Review Service config. The Review Service config will be read by this and then used appropriately. So we are running, and I think we are running. Maybe we can again review tools now, git Fedora Review Service status. We can docker exec it here, and we can tail f var log persistent log Fedora Review Service log. So this is very old message. Of course, we are on staging messaging, so maybe there are no new messages from right now. We will trigger one. We will see if our environment works correctly. And I need to log in to the Fedora, Bugzilla staging instance. Nice. So then we can copy this, save the message, right? Now save the message, save the changes, which sends a message to some messaging bus. Oh, we already picked it up. Nice. So this sent the message we commented. Bugzilla sent a message to some messaging bus, and there is a service, small service, which is called Bugzilla to Fed message, and it took that message from that bus and just relayed it to the Fedora messaging. And since we are listening on Fedora messaging here, we already picked up on that message and recognized it and started the Fedora Review Service logic on that. So we know it was dist-cat, the package is called light. Here is the source RPM that we parsed from the command, and we submitted this copper build. For some reason it is done on the staging instance. Is that right? And for some reason this build doesn't exist. So well, let's try the production instance, maybe some bug. Yep, okay. So I don't know why it is telling us that it is in the copper staging, but we probably don't care. We wanted it in production anyway, so yeah, I don't know. If I take a look in the maybe we could take a look in the config, but I don't want to kill the service or the logs, so So let's keep it that way. No, we probably need it in the staging copper instance, because this will send a message on the production Fedora messaging hub. Should we use the product? Yeah. So are we screwed then? Do we need to change the instance? You know what? We will give it a few more minutes. The light package is a very small C package, that's why I'm testing it on it. And it should be compiled in, yeah, it should be compiled in like few minutes. And the problem is we are going to run Fedora Review Service tool on that, so it will take maybe 5 to 7 minutes to finish the build, I think. We can take a look at the previous runs to have a better estimate. So 5, yeah, as I said, 5 to 6 minutes. Don't look at this, please. So we need to wait, probably. But it seems I tested it on this, because there is a lot of builds in that repository. What if I take a look at Copper staging instance? And the same project, it doesn't have the project, which means I'm probably always testing it with the production Copper. Okay, I'm confused, which is nothing new here. Okay, this finished with Fedora Review. This was freaking fast. But we are not getting the message. Yeah, as one would expect. The question, of course, is... do we need to like listen on the staging instance? Because it is possible that our messages from the staging Bugzilla is sent to production messaging as well. So I'm sorry, it's really complicated. Like, I know it's a bit confusing, and I cannot properly convey my thoughts about this, but let's check this out together. So there is this link. This is all the new messages from the production Bugzilla. It is filtered by this topic. So, and this is the production messaging. So if we filter stage Bugzilla in the production messaging, do we get anything? We don't seem to. Was that the correct message name? So if we git grab this, that's fine. And if we do stg, yeah, it is here. So it doesn't send. it doesn't seem to send here. Okay, then there is no other way around it. We need to use we need to update the config here. So I need to kill this, and I need to edit this config again, but put the staging link there. So I log in. I log in, and I need to click on the API page and copy the thing. So I need to do that off screen, of course. So let me jump here, API, not expired yet. That's cool. So I replaced it in the config, opening the website, closing that tab. So we can jump here. Cool. It is updated now. Let's run this again. Let's run this again. And okay, no new messages. What if we comment again? Yeah, there shouldn't be any new message from review service. It is not. Okay, if we take this, copy it here, my computer is getting to be a little bit laggy. I don't know why. Is the page too long? I don't know. Okay, so we recognized it. And submitting this build, still staging, but it should work now. So clicking. Yep, nice. Now we only need to hope that the copper staging instance is not broken. Otherwise we are screwed. So let's close some tabs so it is not my system is not that slow. I think we can close even the production Bugzilla and this one. We only need to keep this ticket open so we remember which one was that. Cool. Now we need to wait for the rawhide to finish. It is submitted into multiple chroots, but the Fedora Review Service only waits for the rawhide because the rawhide is the only one that is necessary and required by the review process. If it doesn't build in any stable branches, it doesn't matter. It could be package that aims to be added into the next stable version that is not released yet. So rawhide is the only required chroot to succeed. So the review service doesn't wait for any of these to finish, only the rawhide one. Hopefully it won't be that long before it finishes. By the way, just before starting this video, I read a comment notification that said just flashbang, uh, which made me laugh and also felt a little bit sorry for you guys. I realized that I use dark theme for Emacs and terminal and light theme for websites, and when switching it probably flashbangs you. I guess it is annoying. Please let me know if you mind this, or if it's okay for you, or how do you feel about this. For some reason, I just cannot stand dark themed websites. I don't know why, I just hate it, and I just cannot, like, I need to use the light themes, otherwise, yeah, I just cannot stand it. I'm fine with a light themed IDEs and terminals. I actually like them. I would switch even to like fully light themed system, but I guess nobody would like that. So I will probably stick with just the flashbangs, which is maybe the worst option of them all. I don't know. I don't mind it. I don't see it. Maybe it's because I'm the one pressing the key and I know when to expect the flashbang. I don't know. I just I use it like this all my life, so I'm used to it. So if you have any ideas about the themes, let me know. While waiting, so I know Cappuccino has, like, I'm using Mocha, right? This one. It has some light versions of that. So it has this variant, so it would be quite easy for me to switch to something like this. Though I don't like this one as much as the Mocha. But yeah, there is a lot of different themes, right? Why is this one running for so long? Yeah, I knew that setting up this environment will be the most annoying part, but don't worry, once it is set up, it will be like quite easy and fun to contribute to the review service. But this like making sure the setup works, yeah, that's always the most annoying part for me. Also, while waiting, oh nice, okay, so we finished waiting. Oh, API has expired, which means we got a successful, we successfully received a message from Copper. So recognized Copper message, and it only couldn't comment on the staging Bugzilla. Which means we have to log in, and this will be interesting. So we need to log in as the staging Fedora Review Service account, and we need to know its email for that, I think. So here is the Fedora Review Service. We can copy the email address. Now let's open it in an anonymous window, log in, and now I guess we are logging in using email address, right? And password plus token. So plus token is not relevant for the staging instance. And is the password just my password, or is it more complicated? Yeah, perfect. So oh, this is so annoying. Okay, I think the password is actually in my work Bitwarden, so that also my teammates can log in and do stuff with the service. So we will need to log there. By the way, the contributions to the Fedora Review Service are not limited by access. So you can have your own account in the staging Bugzilla, and you can generate your own key for that account and use that key. So you don't have to have access to anything, like, yeah, you don't have to ask for access anywhere. You can just log in, create your key, and like use it, develop the service if you want to. So that's fine. I'm using the Fedora Review Service staging yeah, I'm using basically an account for that, just so that I can test it works, but that's just fine if you, it's just fine if you don't have that. Give me a sec, copy email address. Yeah, shit, there is so much. I wanted to code today, not do this shit. Yep, we are logged in. That's perfect. Where is it? So I'm going to preferences, API keys. Oh. Okay, so that one is expired, but I should have one maybe on my system. So config Bugzilla, or just Bugzilla RC, no. You know what, I will create a new ticket, new API key. Screw that. So I'm creating a new one. This is the key. I am putting it into my config. Yeah, sorry, this is just boring to watch, but like I cannot do anything about that. The keys needs to be set up. I will also edit the key in the Bitwarden so that people know. saving it, closing Bitwarden, closing the API page. Wait, I think I updated a wrong. I updated the wrong config. God damn it. Closed. Closed. Nice. Okay, running the messaging again. I think I can share my screen now. So running the service again. Going to here. And you know what? We don't have to wait for the build to finish again. We can probably just reproduce the one message that failed. We would do the same kind of workflow when debugging actually, so this will be useful. So we can probably kill this, right? There is some example message number, so we can delete that. And if you take a look in the log, we were trying to process this message and then it's tracebacked. So we can use the same ID. Let's put some space here and run the command. Client not found. What the hell? Oh, it is using production data grepper. Okay, do we have a... Yep, we have a parameter to use a staging one. Good thinking there. Passed me. So recognized copper message. And it is processing. Finished processing copper message. Success. So if we refresh this page, we should see a comment from the Fedora Review Service. And it is there. Good, perfect. So our environment works. That's a good sign. Now, this will be our development workflow, right? We will run the service like this. It will listen for all new messages. We will produce some stuff. We get the traceback in the log. We will kill the service. We will take the message that failed to process and run the single message, just the single message. And we will run the single message as many times as we will need to until we fix the problem. And we will, since it is just the one message and not the whole service, not the whole daemon, we will have access to debugger and everything, so it will be just comfortable and easy to work with. Nice. So since we have a success story here, let's try to reproduce the one problem that we intended to fix 50 minutes ago. So the command was trying to, or the command linked a source RPM that was not being able to be downloaded because of timeout errors. And I think this bug keys page timeouts as a whole, not just the package there. By the way, I have no clue what the bug keys is, but... So, if we... we did the command like this before. So this is our reproducer. Now, could we remove this and put this here? No, we couldn't, because the Fedora Review Service takes a look at this title, which is standardized, and it is always review request, comma, or colon, whatever this sign is, I don't know, a symbol is, and then the package name. So in comments, it looks this dot spec file and this dot source RPM. So this doesn't qualify, right? But I guess we could remove this URL and put this URL there, right? So it is light at some B keys page. And my assumption is this will time out as well. So we can try it. Okay. Recognized comment message. So it started to do something. Okay, we are getting also the output to the console, so we don't have to look at the logs. That's good. I thought it is not printing the output here actually. So it is recognized, and we are not seeing much more output, right? Which seems to be a good sign, since it is probably just trying to download unsuccessfully and will probably time out. But it worries me a little that it doesn't actually. We should probably handle Ctrl+C to kill the service correctly. Anyway, it worries me that we didn't see. Okay, so the expected output would be recognized message. We have seen that. Going to submit a copper build, and then the information about the build. So we are not even seeing going to submit a copper build. So is it trying to download stuff already? Let's go through the code and see what's happening at this moment. So review service, we are at the review service project, consumer. So this is the entry point to the whole service, and we define some kinds of messages. Comment with srpm, yep. So we have this. So basically handle a Bugzilla message. So we get to this function when we successfully receive a Bugzilla message from Bugzilla. Here we try to recognize the message. So it is, if it is a message from a review ticket, then we continue. If it is not, if it is like a bug for KDE, for example, we just return with the unrecognized Bugzilla message. And then if it is instance of comment with source RPM, So that's what we are posting, right? Some comment which has source RPM link. Then we run handle build. Let's get to it. So yeah, this means we are storing into our local database just so that we have logs and stuff. I mean, statistics. And is it valid summary? Yep. If not, source RPM. So the source RPM is there, and this is it. We are here, most definitely. So is the source RPM available? And this just tries several retries, get ahead on that. Yeah, cool. And if it's not available, then we are commenting with Bugzilla comment. This is the comment that we generate, so it is the file not available, right? So so it's templates by, I will open it in the right. So templates by, file not available. If we take a look at file not available template, which is rendering the template here. So this is the command. This is what it comments when the source RPM is not available, meaning it returns 404. So there seems to be a problem with the file fetching it results in. So there is even a general status code and reason. So we can use this exact template even for our case without any changes. That's really good. So we can probably use the file not available also here, which is also good. This is still running, by the way. And so do we need to, we probably just need to fix this function. Yeah, I guess this function just I think this function just simply returns a response object for 404, and the response object has unsuccessful status code, but for timeouts it probably raises exceptions. I'm not sure. And we cannot see it before we get the failures, so that's really annoying. Maybe we could, for our debugging purposes, specify a timeout here. Do we have some timestamps here in the log? We don't. Okay. While waiting, we can go through the trace and see if it matches what I think or what we think together. Depends on what you think. So this is a exception while handling another exception, and I'm bad at reading those, so I don't know where to start, at the bottom or at the end. Either way, let's start at the bottom as typical for tracebacks. Maybe I'm not sure. So yeah, it looks reasonable. So connection timeout was thrown from send request head. So this is still requests code, right? You are seeing site packages, request sessions. So this is requests library, but it was triggered from our code in check available head. So it matches what we thought, which is this head raises an exception for timeout errors, which is weird. So it shouldn't though, because all of the other status codes return an like object, and if you want an exception, you need to do something like a response raise for status, right? You need to explicitly call this to raise an exception. So it is a bit confusing to me why it raises this. So do we have an explanation for that? Why does requests raise instead of returning a response with a non-successful status code? Okay. Okay, cool. The problem is I need to return a response. Why do I need to do that? Well, because if we go back to the consumer, we check if the response from this function is .ok. So we could, of course, rewrite it to return Boolean, but the problem is we also use the available here to create the comment from, and if we go to the why I cannot jump to it, GD, weird. Anyway, it is in templates, right? So here, response, and we are using, we are passing the whole response to the template. Okay, a lot of spaghetti here, but we are using the response here and the response here. So I'm thinking maybe we can try accept this and return munch in such case. That would, or a data class that would fake the response. Can I force requests to return a response anyway, or can I fake it somehow? So let's see what ChatGPT says, but we have our own way of dealing with this. You can fake the response object yourself. Yeah, that's what I was suggesting. So what does he use to... Okay, he wants to fake it from the response object itself. Uh, okay. Oh, we finally got the timeout. So it took only 10 minutes, but we got it. Good. We successfully reproduced the issue. Okay, so what is this? Does this have a timeout? In cent. Okay, okay. We will reduce the timeout to a very small number. Let's do timeout equals 5, so 5 seconds. So it should like go through the whole process within a minute. Just for debugging purposes, I don't mind the long timeout in. You know what? For the check available, we can specify the timeout to like 30 seconds, because if it cannot head the object, then yeah, then it clearly doesn't work. So okay. I'm curious about the status code. So what? Can I parse a status code from, not this one, from this? No, you cannot parse status code from, because no status code exists. Okay. So annoying. By the way, do we have a dependency on Munch? Git grep Munch in tests. Okay then. So check this out. I would deal with this like this. I would do, we know it's tracebacks on this line, so I would try this, except, and of course the exception that we are getting, which is this one, here, sorry, as exception, and debugger here. Now, is this the correct line? Can we, sorry, import. So if we do this and connection, timeout, this of course works. Can we, from requests only, import the connection timeout? We can. So requests. Okay, we already have imported requests, so let's catch. Let's do this. It's a bit shorter. And here I would create a response that would be Munch. We don't have Munch, probably. From Munch, import Munch. Yeah, we don't have it imported, so we need to import it. And we will say whatever like properties are we using. So I know we are using OK in the consumer code, right? Consumer. So we are using available.ok. So let's do OK equals false. And we know we are passing it here. And status code and reason. So we could do status code equals and what if we do like unknown status code? That sucks. That's just, no, that sucks. Let's do none. And reason. Reason would be timeout, right? So do we have max retries connection? Like this looks like a reason though. Will we have that in the exception? Will it be something like stir x? I hope so. And if we return this, we will then be able to properly render this part, right? The thing is, there is no status code, so we would print none. So we probably need to have a condition like if response status code and else and if here, now we will have the same message results in A, and we will do just the error. So that's cool. The problem is there are line wraps, and in Jinja you cannot willy-nilly do line wraps because it would result in an empty white space in the comment. So maybe we can try that so you can see, or we can all see how it is broken and then fix it. But if we open another template, yep, for example here, you can see the dash here, or the minus here, in the endif statement, and that's signalizing to remove the white space somehow. It's always like weird, and I always need to take a look at the documentation to see what kind of symbol do I need to fix the white space. Because you can put the minus here, or you can put the minus here, or you can put the minus here at the start of the condition, and so on. So yeah. Anyway, we have the breakpoint here. We will take a look at our response. We can move the munch here at the top. So for example here, that's fine. Let's jump down and okay, let's kill this. And we know how to reproduce only a single message. and we just need to know what message ID was that. So where is our traceback, the one that we need? Here, recognized command. This is the one. So I'm running it again. Recognized message. We are seeing some warnings from regexes. Whatever. Let's pretend we are not seeing them. Now hopefully it will take only a minute because we specify the timeout here. So it should be 5 retries, 5 seconds long. So it should be 25 seconds. I'm a math genius to finish the request, all the requests, and get the actual failure. Yep, we got it. Nice. So if we ppx, we have the exception, and strx is okay. I would rather see this. We have x request, x response. So x response is none. So str error is what? Nothing. This should be okay. Nothing as well. File name args. I don't know, args. So this is a tuple. Args O. Okay, so that's just part of the argument. That doesn't look so good for us. Okay, message is not there. I don't know if we can parse it though. I just want this. What's in request? So that's prepared request. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's not useful. Okay, so do you know if I can get just this part? I can get from this exception shoot only this part. Now I'm curious. You must dig into the, yeah, sure. They have it in cause. X cause. Sure. X or X, no. If we print X, yeah, that prints, no. The cause is none, and the whole, is it none? Yeah, a whole exception is so no. You must parse the string. Oh, who will not parse the string, believe me. Yeah, no fucking way I'm doing this. Absolutely not. So we will just post this whole garbage probably. X reason is there is no reason. Yep, let's do this. Fetching it results in, and then we'll post this garbage. Whatever. So str x like this, that's good enough for us. So now let's kill this and run this again. We don't have a debugger there anymore. It will take 30 seconds and it should actually comment on the ticket, right? It should comment here. I expect the formatting to be a little bit broken, but that's just fine. And we are 1 hour and 22 minutes in, so we need to close this soon. Okay, so fetching the results in this garbaggio, that's fine. If we refresh the page, how does it look like? There seems to be a problem with the following file. Serpma URL. Fetching the results in. Please make sure the URL is correct and public available. So there is actually, the formatting seems to be okay-ish with the following file. Response, oh, okay, that's because we didn't specify the response URL. We need to do that here. So a response URL. So URL equals URL like this. And let's try again. And once this, oh, yeah, silly me, I need to run the thing again, right? So 30 seconds. Once we confirm this works correctly, I want to also check that we didn't break any formatting for the like this kind of message. So we'll try to produce a 404 error and make sure it is still pretty. So here is our last command. there seems to be a problem with the following file. Serpma URL is here, and fetching it results in this garbaggio. So it's really good. I like this. We fixed this successfully. Now let's try to run the actual service and comment with this, which will work, but we will put two T's here, so it will produce a 404 error. So let's run this. Of course, it would be nice to add a test for this, but we will skip that since this is really a corner case. No, that's a bad explanation. No, bad reasoning. We don't have time. That's the right reasoning. So we will skip a test for it. Probably. Maybe we will do it in the following video. I'm not sure. Should we do the test? Maybe we should. I don't know. Anyway, fetching it results in 404 not found error. Please make sure yeah, nice. So we fixed it. Our changes. No, this is just like for easier development. So we imported Munch and got the error here and returned the fake response here. Should we put an explanation here? No. Yeah. The timeout happens before during handshake, or was saying the ChatGPT a handshake? Yeah. So happens during the TCP handshake before the response object is even created. It could be created even then, I guess, whatever. Before the response object is even created. So it's TCP handshake. That means the HTTP. Yeah, there is no HTTP state. Yeah, I guess I understand. In such case, HTTP status code doesn't exist. I think this is good enough. We can stage this. And we did also this change to our template. That's also good. We will commit this. So handle connection timeout on Serpma download. This is good enough, and it fixes the 68 issue. I will not push this just yet because I need to decide if we are going to add a test for this in a follow-up video or if we just leave it without any test. And we will not push it to production just yet because I want to fix like 2 or 3 more bugs and then push to production all of it at once. So we will do that, but not just yet. Anyway, it was a long video today. The beginning or the middle part was a little bit boring because we needed to set up our environment for the Fedora Review Service. So since we invested the time in making sure it works and having it open right here, we will probably capitalize on that investment or realize that investment and work on it some more, so that yeah, we have the most annoying part behind us, so why not? So yeah, few other episodes will probably be about the Fedora Review Service. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Let me know if you want to see that short 10-minute presentation that I gave about the YouTube channels. And thank you all for watching and subscribing and so on. It's really, really epic. So see you next time. Bye bye.